Okay, it's the first episode, and I already don't trust Brainwave. What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to WeSibs West Coast, East Coast siblings, where we break down your favorite movies and TV shows. Man, they are killing me with these 3 a.m. debuts. Anyway, today we are talking Jupiter's Legacy on Netflix. Just came out. I'll be doing a full series on this, so if you want the videos faster, smash that like button. This is going to be a review, reaction, biggest takeaways, all rolled into one video. So hit the subscribe button and click the bell so you don't miss. And let's jump right into it. So we can assume that this story is going to closely follow the comics by Mark Millar and Frank Quitely. And I've made a choice not to read the comics ahead of time just to keep the reactions fresh and genuine as we watch the show. Now, the story primarily focuses on Sheldon Sampson, aka Utopian, and his wife Grace, aka Lady Liberty, and they are leaders of a group called the Union, a superhero group like the Justice League or the Avengers. Now, the story actually picks up in present day, which is 90 years into their career, and they already have two kids, Brandon and Chloe. We'll get to them a little later in the show, but as far as Sheldon goes, he feels like he's failed in his mission to save the world, kind of. He wants to allow people to have their freedom, but he sees that over his 90 years fighting crime with the Union, nothing has really changed. Wars are still going on. People are still divided. There's still corruption in everything from companies and corporations to politics, etc. So over his career, his dream has kind of shifted. Instead of him being that chosen one, he wants one of his children to become that. And that's where we, of course, get to Brandon and Chloe. Now, out of the two kids, they both suffer from the absence of their parents while they were out fighting crime and doing superhero stuff for 90 years. Obviously, they have a much longer lifespan. But Brandon and Chloe have both suffered in very different ways. Brandon has an inferiority complex. He feels like he'll never live up to his father's name. Meanwhile, Chloe went in the opposite direction, and she has kind of the more visible damage signs from the absence of her parents, as this has led her into a life of partying and excess and drinking. Now, they both confide in their uncle Brainwave, and the show made a point to make sure that we saw Utopian and Brandon and Chloe, all these characters having really good moments with Brainwave, kind of establishing that trust, but I don't trust it. And this all comes because Brainwave, in the end sequence where they were fighting Blackstar with the Union, he was charged with telepathically attacking and disabling Blackstar. And I just noticed the slightest bit of hesitance when it came to him executing that order. Now, of course, he eventually did, but it didn't actually matter because Blackstar was able to override the telepathic attack and escape. But I just can't unsee that, and it's already sown the seeds of distrust. So until that really gets proven not to be the case, I don't trust Brainwave. Now, speaking of Blackstar actually breaking the telepathic attack, he then gets his head crushed by Brandon, who decides to do the Man of Steel thing and just, take him out. Now, Sheldon Sampson, aka Utopian, is not happy with this at all. He feels like his son has broken the code, all his years of training, everything he was told to do. They don't kill, they don't lead. They're just supposed to inspire. He actually says as much, and Brandon obviously went a step too far when it comes to abiding by the code. Now, thankfully, I think Brandon's going to be saved from this decision because we found out that Blackstar was not actually Blackstar, and the real Blackstar was still incarcerated at a Supermax prison, and we find that out at the end of the episode. So could this be a clone? Could this be a duplicate? Who knows? Maybe Brainwave was just making everyone see a duplicate. I don't know. I'm kind of reaching here because, again, I chose not to read the comics ahead of time, but they haven't given us too much to go on as far as how this could have happened. Now, this is the first episode, so of course we were introduced to a ton of new characters. Skyfox, Jane, George. We heard a lot about these different characters and the roles they have played over the last 90 years, and they will probably expand on that in the subsequent episodes, but these were the biggest takeaways from the episode. So overall, I think it's a pretty good show. The action looks pretty good. The graphics get a little weird in some places, but overall, they still look pretty tight. It kind of strikes a balance between the darkness of DC and kind of the fun and brighter tones of a Marvel say thing. And I don't want to judge everything by DC and Marvel, but how can you not sometimes? But of course, I want to know what you think down in the comments below, so leave me a comment. Also, smash that like button once again if you want these videos faster. I'm pretty much going to be knocking them out. I'll be watching these as quickly as possible. Like the video if you like the video, and click the bell so you don't miss when another episode drops. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you for episode 2.